Mumbai Indians women vs Royal Challengers Bangalore women, 4th match highlights. Royal Challengers Bangalore women have won the toss and have opted to bat. Mandana and Devine are at the crease. Mandana is on strike. Matthews will open the attack. 0.2. Matthews to Mandana 4. Smriti is not afraid to use her feet. She shimmies down and is met by a shortened length. 0.6. Matthews to Devine 6. Wow, Devine does not need siders. First ball and she has sent it out of the park. 1.3. Nat Sciver-Brunt to Mandana 4. Fraction short, and Smriti is quick to pick the length. 2.1. Saika Ishaque to Devine 4. Edged and 4. Devine saw the width outside off and threw her bat on the slash. 3.3. Wong to Mandana 4. Lovely shot. Nothing much wrong with the delivery. It was not full enough to drive, but Smriti got there on the rise and creamed it through the packed offside field. 3.5. Wong to Mandana 4. Edged and 4. The slip was removed just before this ball. Harman has her hands on her head. 3.6. Wong to Mandana 4. Smashed. Foolish delivery and this was in the slot. Smriti cleared her front leg, and that allowed her to go through the line. 4.1. Saika Ishaque to Devine 4. Short and outside off, Devine cuts in front of square, and a diving Harman cannot make the stop. 4.2. Saika Ishaque to Devine, out caught by Amanjot. Kaur Ishaque has the last laugh. There was a bit of cat and mouse between these two since the previous, and Ishaque wins the battle. She even shouts a come on as Devine walks away in front of her. Flighted around off, Devine gets hold of the slog sweep, but picks out deep mid-wicket perfectly. Amanjot barely had to move as the ball ends up in her lap. 4.4. Saika Ishaque to Ishaque, out bowled second in the over and Ishaque is pumped. She's continuing from where she left off in the previous game. Flighted delivery and drifts in. Cassett walks forward to play the drive and ends up yorking herself. The ball sneaks under the willow and crashes into the base of the stumps. 4.6. Saika Ishaque to Perry 4. Misfield and Perry is off the mark. 5.2. Matthews to Mandana, out caught by Wong. RCB in trouble. They have thrown away a good start in a matter of 6 balls, gone from 39-0 to 43/3. Harman and Mumbai are pumped. 5.3. Matthews to Knight, out bowled 2-2. Matthews is on a hat trick. Knight goes for a golden duck and RCB in complete disarray. Tossed up and there's a hint of turn. Knight prods forward to defend and is beaten on the inside edge. The ball brushes the front pad and then deflects onto the off stump. 5.5. Matthews to Ishaque 4. Denies Matthews a double wicket maiden. Slower and outside off. 6.1. Amelia Kerr to Perry 6. Perry continues playing her shots. Flighted outside off, she takes a couple of steps down and lofts it straight back over Kerr. 7.2. Nat Sciver-Brunt to Ishaque 6. RCB have decided to play bold. Richa picks the slower ball and heaves it across the line. Got it close to the middle, and the ball just clears deep mid-wicket. 7.6. Nat Sciver-Brunt to Ishaque 4. Misfield and Richa has 4 more. 8.1. Saika Ishaque to Perry, out Perry run out. This is the last thing RCB needed. Perry run out. There were a couple of times the pair survived, but not lucky the third time. Quicker arm ball around off, Perry cuts to backward point and Sciver-Brunt dives to parry it to short third. Perry wanted the single and was off, but Richa sent her back. By then Humaira had collected the ball and fired a direct hit. Perry was well short of the crease. 9.4. Wong to Ishaque 4. Strays down leg. 10.5. Amelia Kerr to Kanika 4. Nicely played, tossed up and sliding down leg. 10.6. Amelia Kerr to Kanika 6. Lovely, Kanika is showing us the way. She's so highly rated in the domestic circles, tossed up and spinning away from off. 11.4. Jintimani Kalita to Kanika 4. Cheeky and 4. Back of a length and well wide of off. 11.6. Jintimani Kalita to Kanika 4. Hammered, dropped short and well wide of off. Kanika swivels across and thumps the pull over mid-wicket. Almost went all the way. Bounce right in front of the ropes, brings up RCB's 100. 12.3. The striker to Kanika, out caught by Yastika. Oh dear. An unnecessary swipe and Kanika's butting innings comes to an end. Surely this wasn't needed from the RCB's perspective, not with so many overs left in play, was the slower cutter, and Kanika was swiping across the line, closed the bat face, and the leading edge popped to the offside. Yastika called for the catch, ran across towards short third and takes it with ease. 12.4. The striker to Priyanka 4. Cracking shot. 13.3. Matthews to Sciver-Brunt, out caught by Sciver-Brunt. This is awful from Sciver-Brunt. She was the one who'd settled and should have anchored this innings. But she can't resist the big shot and holes out to deep mid-wicket. 14.1. Amelia Kerr to shut 4, nicely played, tossed up and sliding down leg. 15.1. Saika Ishaque to Priyanka paddle, 4, beautifully played. 15.3. Saika Ishaque to Priyanka paddle, 4, cracking shot. 16.1. Sciver-Brunt to Priyanka paddle, 4, Priyanka is playing a gem here, fraction short and just outside off. 16.2. Sciver-Brunt to shut 4, tad too short and down leg. 16.6. Sciver-Brunt to Priyanka paddle, out LBW a wild swing, and Priyanka has been trapped right in front. She reviews, but only an inside edge can save her. This looked pretty straight, full, and at the stumps, Priyanka was looking to lap it behind square and mid-dead, struck low on the back thigh which was bent. No bad and ultra-edge confirms it. Onto ball tracking. 3 reds and Priyanka's impressive debut innings is over. 17.1. Matthews to shut 4, shut keeps the boundaries coming. 18.2. Amelia Kerr to Renuka Singh, out bowled a wild swing, and the wrong un does the trick for Kerr. Once again the RCB batters simply not learning. All that Renuka needed to do was to try and take a single. Instead she swung across the line, was pushed through slower, and spun back to shatter the middle stump. 18.4. Amelia Kerr to shut, out stumped RCB, have been bowled out for 155. Loopy leg break as Shut dragged herself on the drive, she missed, and the momentum took her further forward. Plenty of time for Yastika to whip the bails, with the batter stranded out of the crease. A decent comeback from RCB, but they'll look back at several soft dismissals, which dented their batting effort. They were off to a flyer, but they then collapsed from 39 for 0 to 43 for 4. It was then followed by the suicidal run out of Ellie's Perry. There were useful hands from the middle and lower middle order, but you don't get a big total if the highest score is a meager 28. By Sciver-Brunt. MI were impressive with the ball and superb in the field. On this pitch 155 seems to be a below par total, and they'd back themselves to chase it down. Matthews and Yastika are at the crease. Matthews is on strike. Renuka Singh will open the attack. 0.2. Renuka Singh to Matthews, 4, edged but in complete control. Matthews allows the ball to come and plays it with soft hands. 1.3. Preeti Bose to Yastika, 4, that's good improvisation. No one at short fine. 1.5. Preeti Bose to Yastika, 4, floated up, and Yastika has ample time to move across. 2.1. Renuka Singh to Yastika, 4, Yastika looks in her elements today. Short and outside off. 2.4. Renuka Singh to Matthews, 4, easy pickings, strays onto the pads, and Matthews helps it along the way over short fine. 3.6. Shut to Yastika, 4, that spoils the over for Shut. Offers width outside off and Yastika opens the bat face, square drives it through point. 4.1. Preeti Bose to Matthews, 6. 4.3. Preeti Bose to Matthews, 4, flatter and push through. Matthews makes a bit of room and goes inside out over extra cover. 4.6. Preeti Bose to Yastika, out LBW. This was plum. The umpire took his time but made the right call. Yastika has a word with Matthews, and they decide against the review. Full and straight. Yastika leans forward and tries to flick, plays all around the shot and misses, struck in line with the stumps, and the ball would have crashed into middle. Good decision to not take the review. 5.3. Shut to Matthews, 4, there's the boundary. RCB just can't seem to stop the boundary flow. 5.4. Shut to Matthews, 4, full and slanting in. Matthews drives it straight back past Shut, and the ball beats her before she could bend down. 6.1. Perry to Matthews, 4, there's another. Wrong line from Perry, strays down leg and Matthews misses the glance. 7.2. Priyanka paddle to Sciver-Brunt, 4, short and outside off, Sciver-Brunt cuts to point, and the fielder gets a hand. 7.3. Priyanka paddle to Sciver-Brunt, 4, back-to-back boundaries. 7.6. Priyanka paddle to Sciver-Brunt, 4, neatly done, fired outside off, Sciver-Brunt uses the pace and reverse laps it to third man. 8.1. Renuka Singh to Matthews, 4, ordinary bowling, strays down leg, Matthews gets inside the line and helps it along the way to fine leg. 8.5. Renuka Singh to Matthews, 4, slower ball outside off, Matthews slices with an open face over backward point, and the ball rolls away. 9.5. Preeti Bose to Sciver-Brunt, 4, width on offer, and Sciver-Brunt drives it towards extra cover. 10.1. Divine to Nat Sciver-Brunt, leg byes. 4. Poor start from Divine. RCB have been all over the place with their bowling. 10.2. Divine to Nat Sciver-Brunt. 4. Back-to-back boundaries for Sciver-Brunt. 10.4. Divine to Matthews. 4. They're in cruise control mode now, length ball on off, and it's chipped effortlessly. 11.3. Shut to Nat Sciver-Brunt. 4. This is so easy for MI at the moment, full toss, and Sciver-Brunt has whiplashed it through mid-wicket for another boundary. 11.5. Shut to Matthews. 4. Clubbed, on a good length and angling into the pads, whipped away over mid-wicket. 11.6. Shut to Matthews. 4. Nicely played, poor ball from Shut. 12.1. Priyanka paddle to Nat Sciver-Brunt. 4. This just summarizes the night for RCB, dropped short by Priyanka, and it's pulled to deep mid-wicket. 12.2. Priyanka paddle to Nat Sciver-Brunt. 6. Hammered, dropped short from Priyanka. 12.4. Priyanka paddle to Matthews. 4. Beautifully played. 12.5. Priyanka paddle to Matthews. 4. Another misfield and another 4. It's the internationals who are fumbling all around. 14.1. Parry to Nat Sciver-Brunt. 4. Scores are level now, short and wide of off, slapped away through extra cover for another boundary. 14.2. Parry to Nat Sciver-Brunt. 4. MI win by 9 wickets, on a good length and just outside off, heaved away off the inner half of the bat past mid-on, and races away to the ropes. Back-to-back shellakings for the RCBs. They were smashed for 223 in the last game. Today, 155 was chased down with 34 balls to spare. They need to think long and hard on this bowling, which isn't worrying anyone at the moment. 3 wickets so far in the 2 games and all of them to spinners. The pacers have been poor, and no one has been able to show any kind of control. They looked very strong after the auctions, but it has all come apart within 2 games. With the bowling looking weak, it has put their batters under extreme duress, forcing them to constantly aim for an above-par score today. Tonight was one such day. The run rate was constantly good, but they kept losing wickets in bunches, and that meant they could never gain any sort of ascendancy with the bat. 155 wasn't going to trouble any team, not to this powerful MI batting lineup. Hayley Matthews followed up on her 3 wickets with an unbeaten 77. Yastika chipped in with 23, and Nat Sciver was brutal during her 55. Smriti looked lost for ideas, and she perhaps needs to get a hang on the captaincy as well.